What is going on, everyone? Is we're back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be covering everything that happened in the winter meetings. There's a lot of stuff that happened with signings and trades and all that stuff, so let's just get right in this video. So I think the first thing that was really a major deal, I think, was this whole Jerred and Kelenic deal with the Braves and Mariners. Kind of an interesting one. It was obviously a salary dump for the Braves. I mean, Kelenic wasn't happy about this. We saw this on his Instagram post where he thanked everyone but the organization, which was pretty interesting. But yeah, not the best really for the Mariners. And we got to see who they sign now with the guys. We're going to talk about the Mariners in just a second later in this video. But this is like the first move that actually happened. I mean, it's good for the Braves. They get another outfielder, so Ozuna doesn't have to play the outfield. He can just be a DH, which is pretty solid. And then they send the guys over there. I haven't really looked into these players this much. But yeah, that was kind of the first blockbuster trade, I guess, to start off the winter meetings. The next signing was Miley is going back to the Brewers for a one-year deal. So this was also, just kind of popped in right here. Pretty solid pitcher. We'll see what they do with the Brewers, and the Brewers are definitely getting a little bit better, I think, every day. So the next kind of signing was Kirby Yates. He was able to join the Rangers on a one-year deal. So, that's a good start for the Rangers. We know their bullpen was definitely struggling a little bit towards the end of the season, going into that postseason a little bit. People were kind of nervous about their bullpen, so Kirby Yates is going to be in that pen for him from the Braves. So pretty solid piece for the Rangers. We'll see if they can get that repeat going, but pretty solid move overall. Now, this also happened during the whole deadline and everything. I don't know what was going on at Petco Park, but it says, "Welcome to the World Baseball Classic, Petco Park 2026. So this is pretty interesting news overall that kind of popped out in the middle of all these winter meetings. So very interesting. If Petco Park is one of the stadiums for the World Baseball Classic in 2026, I'll be very happy. It was very fun to watch in 2017. So very excited that this kind of came out. Maybe they were just testing on the scoreboard or something. I don't know what they were doing, but I mean, it's pretty cool to, it's pretty cool that this got leaked, in my opinion. So the Rays signed Devenski right here. One-year deal with a club option for the next year. The Rays are an interesting squad right now. There's a lot of rumors about this team and what kind of moves they're going to make, to be honest. I mean, they're going to lock him up for at least probably 2 years, in my opinion, because they're probably not paying him much. So pretty solid move for the Rays. And with all these signings, we obviously had the draft lottery. If you guys didn't know, the draft lottery was during the winter meetings. This is the first 18 picks of the draft. We had the first 33 confirmed right now. Cleveland Guardians have the #1 pick, followed by the Reds. And then you kind of get to some of the teams that actually deserved it through 3 through 6. So, yeah, there it is. I mean, it's kind of doing what they intended it to do, which is if you lose 100 games, you don't get the first-round pick, which I guess is good for the sport. But, yeah, so this is the draft lottery order. Pretty interesting overall with some of these positions and some of these squads, but this was a very interesting story that we streamed and we covered this a lot. But yeah, so a lot of interesting prospects coming up through this year's draft. So we're going to definitely be talking about this more as the college season goes on and we get closer to that draft day. But yeah, very exciting overall. So another signing right here, the White Sox have picked up Erick from Korea. He was over there for a minute, former Nationals pitcher. He won the KBO Cy Young this past season, so he's going to be over there. And he signed a 2-year, $15 million deal with the White Sox. There were a couple other teams in on him. I kind of forgot what teams those were. But yeah, he ended up choosing the White Sox overall. So interesting signing here. I'm surprised he didn't go to another team because I think one of them was like a really good squad. I just can't remember right now. But yeah, he's going to be going over the White Sox. So we'll see how he does back in the MLB. Obviously a lot of players do go over to Korea, Japan, try to get better, and they come back over here. So we'll see what he does. So I did see this tweet from Bauer and his club and all that stuff, his agent, all that stuff. They're at the winter meetings. So he's probably going to sign in January if I'm going to be all the way 1,000. I just think that's where he's always signed if you look at all of his contracts history. So yeah, we'll see what team he gets to. We'll see if he goes back to the Bay Stars. Kind of an interesting story on Bauer right now. This is one of the weird trades I think that happened. The Yankees required Alex Verdugo from the Red Sox. Once again, they give up 3 pitchers. So I don't know what the Yankees think when they go to about trading pitchers away. But they're really good at losing talent. I mean, it's actually impressive how much pitchers they trade away, to be honest. And they have all the pitchers become better on every other team. I mean, look at Jordan Montgomery right now. Guy's a World Series champion. It is what it is. Alex Verdugo is a very solid piece in New York. I think he's going to do very good. He hits pretty well in that park. Definitely going to be a strong outfield. We're going to talk about that Yankees outfield a little bit more. But yeah, Alex Verdugo came through. They gave away some right-handed pitchers. Just want to know who's in that Yankee bullpen. Another move right here. The Pirates acquired left-handed pitcher Marco Gonzales from cash from the Braves and a player to be named later. I hate this player to be named later stuff. I don't even know how that's even a trade, to be honest. But Pirates are getting a little bit better slowly. I think this Pirate squad is going to be really solid, especially with some of their young guys that they have up. Now Cruz is going to come back for the rest of the season. Pirates definitely will be fun. I mean, they were in first place for a little bit of this season. Definitely a solid squad heading into this season. Another signing right here, Luis Garcia signed a 1-year, $4.25 million contract with the Angels. He was actually on the Angels a while ago, but now he's going to be back with them again. He was obviously in San Diego last time, so the bullpen's going to get a little bit more help out there in Los Angeles. So yeah, this did happen. This wasn't covered too much, but Craig Kimbrel did sign a 1-year deal with the Orioles because Felix Bautista is out. He's got the whole Tommy John surgery stuff, so he's not going to be eligible for 2024 with that injury. So Kimbrel's definitely going to be nice in the Orioles lineup, or in the Orioles bullpen. They got a lot of good pitchers in that bullpen with Cano and just a lot of guys in general. So they can use him as a setup. That's kind of what the Phillies did as their playoff run. He kind of blew a couple games. Maybe they kind of used him as a setup. And, you know, it is what it is. But Craig Kimbrel should be back in form this season. We'll see how he does with the Orioles. But very interesting closer pickup that not really many people talked about. Then we have some more news about this Angels bullpen. They obviously pick up a couple more relievers. It's pretty interesting, you know, the little trade that they have, but Angels definitely got a stronger bullpen as we look into the 2024 season. So they added a couple guys right here. Pretty solid moves overall for the Angels. I mean, you got to do something to try to make this squad win. All right, so let's talk about this Juan Soto trade. Now, it was very interesting. They said they wanted 7 players originally. That doesn't really happen right here. They only get 5 back, but they do get pretty solid pieces. I mean, if you're the Padres, this is a phenomenal trade, I think, in my opinion. You get Michael King, really solid pitcher. Drew Thorne, who's actually been really good. I saw him play in Hudson Valley. He was a really solid pitcher. He's got great numbers down there. I think he's in Double-A now. You got Randy Vasquez, who's looked solid with New York. I actually liked what I saw from him, and he's not a bad pitcher at all. So I think that's a good piece. Brito was also pretty solid. And then they obviously get Higashioka out of there because they already have the 2 catcher situation. So it makes sense on that part. So once again, 4 pitchers trading away is absolutely insane in my opinion. I just don't know why they trade all their best pitchers for hitters and it never works out. That's why they haven't won a World Series in forever or even been in the World Series. That's another trade that's going to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. This outfield that the Yankees have is absolutely going to be gross. I mean, Juan Soto and Trent Grisham for the Yankees. Trent Grisham, super underrated player. Played center field pretty much for the Padres during that postseason run. Played really well as well in that postseason run, especially against the Mets during that one. But yeah, I mean, this is the trade that happened. Pretty blockbuster news. The Yanks going to look really solid. My only question for them is who is in their bullpen, because it's just very interesting. You look at their starting pitcher right now. If they don't sign Yamamoto, it's going to be really interesting who they're going to go after next, because a lot of names are on him. I mean, I don't even know if they could even get Ohtani with the contracts they have, because he's getting so much. I mean, if they don't extend Soto, it's very weird because this guy's making so much money. He's a free agent next year. You give up some really good pitching prospects, which doesn't make sense. So if they can extend Soto, maybe I see this trade possibly winnable for the Yanks. But, man, I mean, it's just so hard not to look at King and Thornburg and Blasquez and see how good these guys are out of the pen when everyone needs pitching. And it's just like, damn, I mean, they're just good players. Another interesting move, we like to see the D-backs spending some money. So, you know, they obviously, Rodríguez agrees to a 4-year deal with the vesting option for the 5th year. And he had an interesting offer with Detroit. Obviously opted out of that contract, didn't want to get traded at the deadline. Now he's going to sign with Arizona. I think the deal's around $100 million. So he did make more money than he was going to make with Detroit. So good on him for doing that. You know, I think for the Diamondbacks, it's very smart to get a good guy in here. And it's good for them to start spending some money. So now this gets very interesting with the Soto thing. So Tatis is technically the only starter in the Padres outfield. They have another guy in there, but I'm not sure if he even played. So Gun-Hoo Lee could be a really good prospect for the Padres in general. Both Korean guys could go to the Padres because they do start off the season in Seoul versus the Dodgers, which would be pretty interesting. So this could definitely happen. You know, we'll see what happens with this story moving forward, but Padres definitely need 2 outfielders. This is another thing about Yamamoto. He's expected to meet with a lot of teams right now. Yankees are one of the top candidates to sign him, along with the Red Sox, Giants, Dodgers, and Cubs. So we'll see what happens with him. But there's a ton of interesting stories that could happen just in general with the free agents right now. I'm going to kind of look at some of the outfielders that are available right now. The Padres need 2. The Mariners need 1 after Kelenic's gone. We still have Bellinger. We still have Peterson on there. There's still a Soler opted out of his contract. There's a lot of outfielders that can be picked up, I think, for a couple of these squads as you're looking forward. But yeah, interesting who the Padres get up. Interesting who the Mariners want to pick up just in general. And overall, it's going to be a very interesting offseason, I think, as we keep moving forward. Just for the Yankees' sake, I want to look at some of the relief pitchers as well. I mean, Josh Hader's once again on the table with Liam Hendricks, Will Smith. So a lot of good players are available. I mean, Craig Kimbrel's already signed. Matt Barnes is still up there. So there's definitely a decent amount of players. I just don't know if they have the money to sign these guys. Their AEV is going to be insane this year. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts in on all these trades and everything that happened at this winter meeting. It was kind of insane to think about. That Soto trade is still crazy in my opinion. A lot more work needs to put in for a lot of these teams and a lot of these players to get signed and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's definitely going to be weird going to opening day, I think. We're going to see a lot of different players and a lot of different teams than we're used to. But if you guys do enjoy this video for the breakdown of the winter meetings, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Go check out all the other other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.